Seen broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice for Truck Month. Check out 0% financing with approved credit on all F-150s excluding Raptor. Or save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select 2025 SDX and XLT models in stock. Check out many service specials as well. $20 rebate on the Works package or up to $50 off new brakes and rotors. Maverick, Ranger, Super Duty, F-150 or Bronco. It's Truck Month at Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934 HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
On March 28th, get ready for a doubleheader day of volleyball. First, Baxter Arena turns green as Love Nebraska faces Love Salt Lake at 4:30 p.m. for a green out. Be sure to wear your best green outfit, bring the energy, and watch as every point builds off the crowd. Then be sure to stick around as the Creighton Blue Jays take on the Omaha Mavericks for a spring volleyball match. That means you get to experience your favorite pros and favorite college athletes all in one day. 2 matches, 1 ticket. Grab your tickets today at lovneb.com/tickets.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies. It'll be windy with a high around 78. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy and continued wind, low around 34. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and cooler with a high near 55. I'm meteorologist Kyle Pluckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are no more sleeps. There are no more delays. It is officially game day in Nebraska. And you know what, folks? 'Twas the morning of the game. And all through the state, every Husker was buzzing. They just couldn't wait. The jerseys were laid out beside coffee and bread, John Harris Jr. For tonight, all Nebraska will be dressed in red, Swim. The fans woke up early with one thing in mind. The Hawkeyes and Husker Sweet 16 is on the line. The radio's humming like me and Nick. TV's tuned tight. They whispered, just wait. We tip off tonight. The cornfield stood quiet beneath the morning's first light. But the talk in the diners was all hoops and fight. 6:30 can't come soon enough, someone said, tapping the table and nodding their head. The players were rising with purpose and pride, Swim, knowing Iowa waits on the other dadgum side. One game, 40 minutes, the stakes crystal clear. A trip to the Elite Eight is drawing near. And somewhere in Lincoln, a voice seems to say, like echoes of champions from long past in their days, similar to Grandpa Maxie, who was just here yesterday, your Grandpa dadgummit. When the moment is big and the lights are bright, champions don't flinch, they rise to the fight. So enjoy this long morning, the build up, the hype, like the tension grow thick and the nerves get right. Because when 6:30 arrives and the ball takes flight, all of Husker Nation will roar, go big red. Let's do this, Dad. Let's do it, Dad. Let's go. I love it. There is no more waiting. There is no more debating, although we will a little bit. Nick, that was a perfect segue into the song.
Thank you.
I slept the best last night.
I didn't sleep last night.
Did you sleep much, John?
Oh, I slept like a baby. Oh, man. I slept like a baby. I got faith. Come on, man.
Johnny, I love it. I love it. Folks, we got a great show for you today. We got some great guests. We got the FFA students running across Stowe Street. It's good to see FFA here. But we got John Harris Jr. His grandfather, of course, as we've talked about numerous times, is Mr. Albert Baxey Sr., Hall of Famer here at the University of Nebraska, played for Nebraska back in the 50s, and his stories are unbelievable. Also a longtime Lincoln police officer, we've mentioned that before, was the personal security guard for Martin Luther King when he made his visit to Pershing Auditorium back in the early 60s as well. Nick, we got a full show, man. We got Kendall Warnock coming out at 10:30 to talk about predictions and also what A1 is doing. Yes,
that's my guy.
K-Dub is going to be in the house. Absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
There's a lot. And, of course, we're going to break down the Husker game. John Harris Jr., good morning, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
John, you were born and raised here in Lincoln. Obviously, there's a Nebraska basketball connection. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
Tell us your story. Born, raised here in Lincoln. Kind of tell us the lineage. Born here and raised here, went to high schools, all that stuff. Tell us where you went to high school.
Yeah. Obviously, Lincoln High guy.
Say that name again, please.
Lincoln High.
It's
D High. You know, like D Ohio State. D High.
You know, we both got bounced in the first round of the state tournament. I don't want to hear it.
It's a little early for that.
Go ahead.
It's a little early for that.
Your dirty mouth.
Go ahead. Start talking.
You watch it. Hey,
Go ahead. Start
it's
talking.
2-on-1 in here.
Pius?
Nick, you watch it. Bro.
I know. Pius lost in the first round, and so did Lincoln High, if I remember correctly. One of the teams were up by a lot at one point.
Slow down, Nick. Slow down.
Because don't forget, I was on the call for it. I mean, I remember that one vividly.
Yeah. But obviously a Lincoln High guy. So local. Ended up going to Benedictine down in Atchison, Kansas to play a couple of years. Moved to Kansas City, worked for MoCan, a grassroots AAU program out there. Michael Porter Jr., Trey Young played for that program. Then got an opportunity to come back to Lincoln and coach for Fred as a graduate assistant for his first 2 years. Obviously, you know, some people had to walk or crawl so others could run. So, you know what I mean? So, but no, got an opportunity to come back and coach for Fred his first 2 years. And it was a great experience. Fred's amazing. He knows what he's doing. And I could see it then. But he had to build the culture then. And that's what he was doing. And it takes some time. It takes some time whenever you're coming into a new place, new guys, transfer portal, all that stuff. It takes time. And I think he's got the right people in place to do what he's doing now. And I mean, I could see it. I could see it happening.
You know, Nick, before you dive in as well, John, again, I'm going to get to the family a little bit and come back to that point.
Mm-hmm.
folks, if you're a longtime Lincoln native, you'd remember you might know John's dad, Pastor John Harris, Encouragement Unlimited. And this is going to sound crazy, but it's the truth. Anytime there is, unfortunately, a celebration of life service and your dad is doing it, he's one of the best I've ever seen do it, man, because he really brings things home. He's just got a gift.
Yeah.
Your mom's an amazing lady. She's they have done so many things. Obviously, if Maxie School, that's John's grandmother's named after his grandmother. If you went to Lincoln High as well, you remember Albert Maxie, that's his uncle. You may remember Aaron Maxie, that's his other uncle. And then John obviously played at Lincoln High and went on to down in Benedictine and put in work. Tell us the first couple years you were there, because you understand basketball. All right.
I'd like to think so.
You understand basketball. You've played at a high level. You've coached at a high level. You've been around it.
Mhm.
You've eaten and sleep it. What is the major difference you see now? You mentioned culture.
Mhm.
Tell us about how tough it is to form culture the way that Fred has done it, especially when you've brought in the portal and NIL and things of that nature.
Yeah. So when it comes to Nebraska, and this is what I thought, when you're bringing guys from, big cities, seniors, whatever it is, it's a little bit tougher to build that culture because they have a sense of urgency, right? They're trying to get theirs a little bit. And that's why the transfer portal can be tough because you don't really know what you're getting. It could be a hit or miss.
Right.
But I think when you get guys like a Sam Hoiberg, Cale Jacobson, Braden Frager, some of those homegrown guys, there's a sense of pride that they have.
Right.
And that's where I think that culture comes from. And I think Lincoln just has a great culture about it. And you grow up watching Huskers, football, basketball, and volleyball. You want it all to be good. And so even though Sam, I don't think he was born here, he feels like he has a chip on his shoulder.
Right.
Right. And I think Frager feels like that. Right. Kale probably feels like that. Ashland Greenwood guy. And so I think they really add to what this team needs. And, maybe Sam, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but you could feel his energy.
Yeah.
Every game.
Yeah.
Every game.
I actually would go a step further and say that if you want an example of the culture, there was something that Price Sanford said in an interview yesterday while down in Houston. He talked about how, because there's so much around Price Sanford that's not even the basketball right now for him and playing against Iowa in the Sweet 16 tonight, where somebody said, hey, let's talk. Somebody asked him, an Iowa reporter asked him, hey, what are your thoughts on Iowa this season? And in your first 2 years, talk about the development that they did for you. And his response was, well, look, they did a lot of good things for me, but I want to focus on Nebraska. I'm a Husker. That's where I'm supposed to be. I'm meant to be here.
Yeah.
And he said, this is where I want to be, and everything's worked out the way it's supposed to. That type of even a guy from Waukee, Iowa, right? And Nebraska's going to have another guy from Waukee High School, Colin Rice, come into the fold next year.
Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, Gatorade Player of the Year out in Iowa. But he's going to be coming in from Price's same high school. But it's just so quickly. It doesn't matter in this day and age of the transfer portal. It doesn't matter if you're a high school guy and you are expecting to be here 4 or 5 years if Fred decides to redshirt you like he is with Quentin Rhymes or Braden Frager.
Right.
But then also with Price Sanford, it's you've been here for less than a calendar year, and like, hey, this is where you're supposed to be, and this is where you're treated the correctly, if you will.
Yeah. And I'll give you a little tidbit. So on my way out, I got the opportunity to work with Kurt Joseph, their strength coach, and then Coach Lesnar. And not to say that the guys that we had, assistant coaches and everybody that was a part of that staff wasn't great, but you could tell when Coach Lesnar got into workouts and kind of took control over things, it changed. I mean, everybody had to be on point. GAs, managers, the whole workouts started to change. He came in, he said, I'm not going to BS you. You guys aren't going to BS me. Like it was, I mean, everybody had to be on point. And I think that's when they started to change. And Fred knows this stuff, but we needed a culture change at that point.
Right.
And so I think that's when you can start to see the things start to turn for Nebraska personally.
See, John, we were at coffee and you mentioned that same statement right there.
Right.
It was like, and it's undeniable.
Right.
It is undeniable. And Nick, you talk a lot about Coach Nate. You've been around the program a lot, and just the difference of how he literally inserts himself into the culture and say, I'm not going to BS you, and you sure as hell ain't going to BS me.
Right.
We're here to work.
Right.
They play like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since they brought him in, the intensity on defense is totally different.
It is.
And I'm not saying they were quite slouching before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying, to your point?
But it's a different level.
It's a different level. There is a sense of urgency, and if they get you down on the baseline, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
And they bait you into there, and that's want-to basketball.
Right.
It's like blocking in football. Either you want to or you don't.
Right.
Either it's coached or it's tolerated.
Right.
Not playing defense is not tolerated. And I've seen Coach Nate get in Frager's tail a number of times.
Right.
I've seen him get on other players a number of times. He don't care who you are.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And that's how you
Top to
establish
bottom.
culture.
Yeah.
If they see you getting unequally on one guy compared to the other, Nick, I see that little face on your little
I didn't see that.
It's like he's getting hyped up.
Yeah, go ahead.
But if players see that,
Right.
they're like, whoa. No, he is equal opportunity.
Everybody.
I will chew your butt out. It's a huge difference. Go ahead, brother.
No, I mean, how do I follow that up? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, exactly. No, I think that there's a lot you can say. I mean, and the culture's made such a big, it's been such a big conversation piece of it. And I've talked to Thomas, and we've talked to Thomas before about it and things where, I mean, there's certain players that have certainly, contributed more so than others. And AD and John, I'll say this, and I've said it before the last couple of days, and I want to kind of let you just run wild with it, is what Nebraska basketball is doing right now is for multiple generations. Like, and what I mean by that is, we talk about Husker football all the time, and it's like, oh, back in the day. For Husker basketball right now, we're starting to see, number one, a new group of Nebraska basketball fans form before our very eyes, right? And sure, some of that comes with success from the younger generation. But then for guys like that are my age in their mid to upper 20s, we're talking about, all right, this is the games for the Siobhan Shields and for the James Palmer Juniors and Teran Pettaways and
Derek
Brandon
Walker.
Ubells and D-Walks.
Yeah, I just talked to him yesterday. That's my guy.
And so that's what these wins are for. For AD, it's for guys that played back in the day. For guys like your grandpa, it's for him, right? Like I just talked about it yesterday with him. This is valid and so meaningful on so many fronts for every generation.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Go ahead, brother.
You got it.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think people understand how hard it is to build a culture, because you look at a KU, you look at a Duke, you look at a North Carolina, and there's a reason why they only hire from what they call the family. Is because those guys have probably played in that system. They played for been around it, played for that coach, and they know the expectation. When you don't have a culture, it's easy for, the funniest guy, the best player, the most influential guy to kind of set the culture. That's not what you want. But you look at KU, you look at Duke, you look at North Carolina, and there's a culture there to where if you do not conform, you're going to be the outlier, right?
Not so much North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You either get with it or you get lost. It's just not going to work here, right? And that's what we're building here.
That's pivotal, because we've seen that in other places, even, let's be honest, even places here, where one or two players had way too much influence,
right?
And it showed during performances,
right?
John, tell us about this, man. What you're doing now as far as basketball, developing young players, etc. Tell us about your program.
Yeah, so I run my own basketball program, Prime Basketball Club, and that's essentially what we're trying to do. We're trying to build that same thing. We're going to play hard on defense. We're going to full court press you 94 feet for 40 minutes. If a guy falls on the ground, everybody's going to sprint to pick him up. I don't care if you're over there. Everybody's going to sprint to pick him up. And so we're trying to build a culture and teach kids the right way. And so with NIL, kids transferring, all the stuff, high school, even you see that in high school, we're trying to hold kids accountable and say, hey, let's go towards the challenge, right? And so if there's something hard, we're going to face it head on, and we're going to handle it. We're going to figure it out, right? So we have younger teams, and if we're getting blown out, they're pressing, there's like a 20-point rule. You can't press after 20 points. I'm like, keep pressing. We have to figure this out. And so we have to develop. By letting them out off the hook, we don't get any better.
I like how you're
we don't get any better. And parents are like, stop. And I'm like, no, we need to figure this out, because in 5th grade, it doesn't matter. 6th grade, it doesn't matter. But when they get to high school and they know how to handle a press, they're going to be like, I'm glad my coach let us go through that hard thing so we could figure it out. So it starts at a young age. Then the high schoolers, we hold them accountable in every standard, show up on time, be a good teammate. It may be you, it may be me, but it's always going to be all of us. We're going to figure this thing out together. So
I love what you're teaching those kids at such an early age, in particular, John, in the state that we're in, not Nebraska, but just the state of athletics, to where it's a me thing.
Yeah.
And to where you're saying, no, it's an us thing.
Yeah.
And I love how you say when one player falls, they're all sprinting over there to lift him up. Those small things end up being big things when you're establishing culture.
Yeah.
I remember even just, like I said, when we got to Nebraska, we were taught by the older guys, that's not how we do things in Nebraska.
Right.
And if you lose that identity,
Mhm.
to your point, your culture is it's fragmented.
Yep.
It's being influenced by anybody instead of the culture itself in Nebraska. So we taught the younger ones how you go about your business at
Right.
Nebraska as an athlete. No matter if you were 80th string like myself or you were an All-American, you lockstep and key. You were in line.
Yeah.
Because we knew how the culture was.
I got a question for you. So how do you do that when guys transfer and you don't see guys at one place for multiple years where you could say, okay, I was a freshman, this is how they taught me, right? And now that I'm a senior and you're a freshman, this is how we do things here. How do you continue that when people are moving so much?
It's going to be a lot tougher now.
Right.
That's just the reality. I mean,
Right.
you bring it to corporate America. If you constantly have, you both been in corporate America.
Right.
When you have a constant transition, culture is easy to get lost. It's even more important on management
Right.
and how they recruit,
Right.
who they bring into a company or to a team. Because let's be honest, teams are companies
Yeah,
now. They're,
agreed.
they're firms.
Agreed.
So you got to be careful who you recruit. Now, there's a dollar amount. That's part of it.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure the character of the kid that you're recruiting. And like to your point, are you going to miss on some? Absolutely, you're
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah.
But you can't miss a lot.
Yeah.
It'll cost you your job.
You need to make more than you miss.
You have to make more than you miss.
Yeah.
And it's the character of the kid that you bring in, because if
Mhm.
he or she is not coachable
Right.
and not able to be molded into the culture you want,
Right.
you got to ask yourself, they bring a lot of pros,
Mhm.
but what are the cons?
Right.
Everybody's got some. You just
Yeah.
got to make sure those cons are minimized
Right.
as much as you can.
Right.
But it's going to be tougher right now, John. There's no excuses. There's no roundabouts about that. It's going to be tougher. However, though, with the amount of money that's on the line,
Mm-hmm.
you have to still establish that culture.
Yeah.
And it starts with leadership and the guys that you bring in and recruit. Everybody that's good
Mhm.
ain't a fit.
Yeah.
We've seen that early on in Nebraska as far as it
Yeah.
goes in basketball.
Yeah.
I ain't going to say the young man's name, but he went to about 35 colleges. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
You hit
You're
miss
not
them.
wrong. You're not wrong. And so, I think I see this at the high school level. I see it at the youth level. It's coaches are scared to get on guys
Right.
because they think they'll lose them.
That's huge.
And that's what I like about Coach Lesnar. It's I don't care. You're here now. I'm going to coach you hard. I'm going to coach you the way that Nebraska does it. And so, that's some of the things that I've taken from Fred and Coach Lesnar and those people that I've been around is we're going to hold everybody to the same standard. Granted, the skills can be different, right? Some people have a longer leash, but certain things we just don't budge on, right? If you're late, it doesn't matter if you average 20 points or 5 points.
You running.
You're running, you're on the line, right? If you don't do certain things, we hold everybody to that standard. And that's what we talked about Kurt Cinetti.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
We play to a standard, right? And then those things will take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
Right? If we're playing to win or we're up or down, we get sad. No, we play the way that we're supposed to play and things will take care of themselves.
They definitely will.
Yeah.
If people want to know more about your organization, how do they find that out?
Yeah. So primebasketballclub.com.
Primebasketballclub.com.
Yes, sir. And then we're on Instagram at Prime Basketball Club. We're actually running a little fundraiser, popcorn fundraiser to raise some money for some kids that maybe need some help traveling around the country and whatnot. But we're trying to do this thing right, and so we're doing things a little bit differently. I think we're coaching them hard, but we love them hard, and they will run through a wall for us. We're talking top to bottom, 17 to 5th grade.
Primebasketball.com.
Prime Basketball Club.
Primebasketballclub.com.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll get if you just type in Prime Basketball.
Yeah, primebasketballclub.com.
Yes.
And folks, I know this for a fact. If they're going to play for John or around John, they're going to play basketball the right way. More importantly, he's going to teach them things about off the court as well.
Yeah.
John, appreciate you, little bro.
Thank you, man.
bet,
I
What's
really
your prediction
appreciate it.
for tonight?
Oh, what's my prediction?
Mhm.
What do you mean?
What score?
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
It don't matter the score. All we need is win by
That's
one.
right.
That's
Yep.
all. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. Huskers all the way, baby.
Just win.
Just win.
Folks, we appreciate John. Here's Junior being in with us tonight. Me and Nick will be right back. It's The Drive.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan,
Congratulations. You're approved.
or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
On March 28th, get ready for a doubleheader day of volleyball. First, Baxter Arena turns green as Love Nebraska faces Love Salt Lake at 4:30 p.m. for a green out. Be sure to wear your best green outfit, bring the energy, and watch as every point builds off the crowd. Then be sure to stick around as the Creighton Blue Jays take on the Omaha Mavericks for a spring volleyball match. That means you get to experience your favorite pros and favorite college athletes all in one day. 2 matches, 1 ticket. Grab your tickets today at lovneb.com/tickets.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey fellas, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, so here's your friendly reminder that ignoring your gut isn't a strategy on the field or in real life. Once you hit 45, screening isn't optional anymore. It can literally save your life. Advanced medical imaging makes it easy with fast, comfortable CT colonography. No hospital hoops, no all-day ordeal. Just a simple scan that helps you stay ahead of the game. Talk to your doctor about getting your screening ordered at AMI and keep yourself in the lineup for the long run.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arbораxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Time for a new AC? Call Bryant. Get rebates now and lower operating costs every day. For comfort and efficiency, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors & Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors & Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors & Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
Take your operation to the next level. Right now at Landmark Implement, take advantage of special financing on model year 2019 through 2025 John Deere tractors, sprayers, and combines. Take advantage of a 12-month fixed interest waiver, followed by John Deere Financial standard rates, or choose from multiple split rate offers with approved credit. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up simple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sid. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Siffle. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. We want to appreciate John Harris Jr., man. Love talking with little bro. And the thing about him, Swim, the dude was a heck of a competitor, man.
Yeah.
Had inside game, outside game. And the thing about it, he would just bludgeon you on defense. I mean, quick, athletic, and just a good dude, man. Whole family of good people. Folks, this segment is brought to you. This part is brought to you and one of our good friends, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. He's been a well-respected rep since 1999. Jack can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Service can help you. Nick's got some interesting news to share with you in the college basketball world.
So I have loved following this story over the last couple of weeks. And we'll get to Nebraska basketball in just a moment, I promise. But this is another example of why coaches should not just say, I have no comment when asked about job openings, because we've gotten Lincoln Riley in past years. We've gotten other coaches in previous situations. And now the latest victim to fall in the coach opening, that job is not for me, but yet a couple of weeks later, I'm going to take that job, is in the college basketball world of Will Wade. Will Wade, you might remember back in the day before NIL and the revenue sharing was legal, got in some trouble with LSU and with the FBI for essentially paying players on a massive, there was a lot of bad stuff. LSU had to vacate wins. Like, it was very illegal at the time. LSU was forced to fire him, essentially. He basically then went to McNeese, was 50-9 in 2 years with McNeese, went to the NCAA tournament last season. After McNeese's run in the NCAA tournament last year, NC State hired him. And so he's the head coach at NC State. To put another wrinkle on it, AD, he hired Adam Howard away from Nebraska basketball. Nebraska basketball had an assistant, Adam Howard.
Yeah, I remember.
Who was out on the staff with Nate Lenzer, were replaced this year by Pat Monahan from out in Wyoming, I believe. But Adam Howard is currently an assistant for Will Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it was announced that LSU is going to part ways with their current head coach and that Will Wade is expected to take the job at LSU. And so another go around with LSU. However, here's where things get a little dicey. Less than 2 weeks ago, before NC State was getting ready to play in the first 4 against Texas, here is what Will Wade had to say on the LSU opening.
A lot of talk with you and potential position at LSU. Just wanted to see if anybody from that campus reached out to you and just give you an opportunity to speak on that.
No, is the job open there? Huh? No. So why would I'm not? Listen, to be very clear, I'm excited at NC State. I was hired at NC State to do a job. This wasn't going to take 1 year. I've already met with our administration about next year and some of the changes that we need to make and some of the things that we need to do to put this program where it deserves long term. So I'm not, I don't, I'm not on social media. I'm not into gossip. I'm not into any of that sort of stuff. But look, we're going to win, and we're going to win big at NC State, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do moving forward. And we have the resources we need. We have what we need, and it's on me and my staff to get the job done. And look, this year hasn't gone exactly how we wanted it to, but we're going to rally, and we're going to work hard, and we're going to have a team next year that's ready to roll.
A team next year at LSU that's ready to roll. So there it is, less than 2 weeks ago, how the tables have turned. Will Wade went from not knowing that the job was open to it being his job now once again at LSU.
He went like this. What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, hold on. I want to hear the start one more time. Here's my best part.
Opportunity to speak
Right
on that.
here.
No, is the job open there?
Is the job open? Hey.
Huh? No. So why would I'm not listen?
What you talking about?
To be
Willis?
very clear, I'm excited at NC State
For the next 2 weeks, I'm excited.
2 weeks.
I'm,
2 hours.
I'm excited for the next. Hey,
I'm excited to get the hell out of NC State.
Hey, the best. I mean, it's just hilarious because once again, it's like LSU. It's like Lincoln Riley. I'm not going to be the next head coach in LSU.
Man.
Hey, it's just unbelievable. I love it.
It's good stuff.
I love it. I think it's hilarious. I think Will Wade's going to do very well at LSU. He did very well when it was illegal to operate like that. So now that it's legal to operate like that, you give him a school like that has the resources.
Yeah.
And then the conference
Guy's a
prestige,
good coach, man.
the conference prestige of the SEC, it's going to go, I would imagine, pretty well for Will Wade. It will be interesting on the Nebraska front just to see if Adam Howard does follow him. I would imagine that would be part of the case. But there you go. Once again, Will Wade 2 weeks ago was unaware that the job at LSU was open. Less than 2 weeks later, he returns to coach the Tigers. So unbelievable stuff.
Interesting watch. Unknown texter 3764. Guys, whenever someone says to me that somebody else said something, my automatic response is, yeah. And Nick Saban wasn't going to be the next coach at Alabama. Most of the time, they look at me confused.
Exactly.
Folks, one thing we're not confused about, Derek and the Cars, Will Wade and Jeep Wade brothers. I'm not sure about that.
They're not. You know the answer. Have faith. Well, they're not brothers.
Sometimes,
you gotta have some confidence in that.
Sometimes they got a brother. They don't want to know no one else's brother.
Yeah, that's true.
There's family dynamics.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, though.
Well, folks, tonight isn't just the Sweet 16 game. It's the trilogy, Swim. It's the trilogy. Nebraska and Iowa, of course, folks, take on each other for the third time this season. Stakes couldn't be higher. The first chapter, we know what took place there. Iowa wins in Iowa City. It was a slugfest, as Nick mentioned. He was there in Iowa City. Second chapter, Nebraska answers back on senior day, gets one an overtime thriller. Now it's chapter 3. It's no more regular season, folks. There's no more rematches later this year. No, it's a wrap for this year. Whoever wins takes it to the Sweet Elite Eight. Who's going to go? They don't need motivation. We've talked about that. As the saying goes, the hay is in the barn. We already know it, all the players. We know the sets. We know the history. All those things are out there. But it's number 9 versus number 4, Nebraska versus number 9. Iowa, of course, in the winner goes to the Sweet 16. The Toyota Center, we have a team that's down there. It's going to be on TBS, True, and I think HBO something on one of the other things, options they have on there I seen this morning.
I don't get HBO, so that doesn't
I don't
apply to
either.
me.
I don't pay for that. No, dude, I do not. If I don't,
no HBO for Davis?
I don't watch. I catch the news in the evening. That's the only time I'll catch, tidbits, but I don't watch a lot of TV, dude.
Okay.
And you know that. I mean, I just don't.
I do. I guess I know that.
All-time series is 28-16. Iowa leads 28-16 in the series. Of course, the 17th they won, the 8th we won. It's the rubber match tonight. And Swim, this is not just a rubber match. You look at how Iowa got here. They beat Clemson in the round of 64. And, of course, they knock out number 1 seeded Florida just this past weekend by the huge shot by Falgaris. Nebraska's tournament round, of course, it was our first in school history. We took care of Troy. And then, obviously, the thriller against Vandy. Swim, initial thoughts on tonight's game.
I mean, here we go.
We're digging the nuts and bolts at 10.
It's kind of what I said yesterday, that by this point on Thursday morning, we're kind of going to, everything we have to say about this, and as we analyze, we'll continue to, but as we've analyzed it, we've said it, all the hay's in the barn. Like, there's the other side of this also from, I think, a team standpoint, you're probably not making wholesale changes on the day of the game.
No.
Like, there should be ultimate confidence in your game plan. I would imagine there is, because it's gotten Nebraska this far. And I just think that at the end of the day, Nebraska is good enough to win this game. And think about what I'm about to say. They're good enough to make the Elite Eight. It's unbelievable. The opportunity that's in front of you. Sure, it's exciting to get caught up in all the fanfare and the excitement and the outside noise of, wow, this is the best season in Husker history. This is the Sweet 16, going to the Elite Eight. You have a chance to beat your rival, Price Sanford's former team. There's hatred between both sides. Like, you can get caught up in all of that. However, the important thing for Nebraska's staff and for their players, and I have confidence in that they're doing this, is just it's a one game at a time approach. It's a one game. You cannot think about Vanderbilt. You cannot think about Illinois or Houston on Saturday. It's you got to have your full attention to Iowa, and if you don't, then you're going to get caught slipping probably.
Slim, I can't agree with you more. And Jay Foreman would probably, in fact, I'm sure he would agree with this, and Terrell would as well. Day of big games, particular a game of this magnitude. Obviously we didn't have the college football playoffs during that time, but I can think back to the day of the Natty games to where we knew we prepared our best.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we didn't have social media, so there was nothing for us to click on our phones. And these guys got all day in their hotels.
Yeah.
All day. My advice to them would be stay off social media. I can't control it, but I'm asking you to just honor that. Just stay off. You don't need the outside distractions. And you know what you got to do? The trash talking and things like that. So even when I post things on social, I don't engage with Iowa fans when it comes to trash. I don't talk with anybody's fans when it comes to trash talking. If they want to be cordial, I'm doing it down with them. I'm not trash talking. When they stormed the field, and I'm sorry, when they stormed the court when you were there, that let Nebraska fans know everything they know. They weren't expected to win that game against us. First of all, we were rated and they weren't.
Bingo.
I think we're favored by 1.5 in this game too. Nebraska has to expect to win this game. And Swim, unfortunately, as you know, will not be here tomorrow. I speak up in Albion tomorrow, but I'll definitely be listening as I drive up. I don't expect it to be anything other than a celebration show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying this, though. Of course they have to play the game. Anything can happen. But when you look at strictly talent, you look at strictly numbers, Nebraska has more talent than Iowa does.
Yeah.
Iowa, though, there's a reason why they beat Florida. There's a reason why they beat the first team I just mentioned, Clemson, who they played against earlier. Iowa can play basketball. There's no Sturts, Bulgaris, Banks, Coach, all those guys can play ball. There's no doubts about that. What I'm simply saying is, if Nebraska plays the way they're capable of playing, Nick, they should win this game and win it. And also, in my opinion, win it somewhat in hand.
I said it yesterday. I think the most fascinating matchup isn't even on the court. It's Fred Hoiberg versus Ben McCollum. Well, no, I think that's the most fascinating matchup is Fred Hoiberg versus Ben McCollum. You have two coaches that have had so much success, not only this year but in their careers. That's it's a massive opportunity ahead for Nebraska and for Iowa. Like, we have to the same way that we're talking about the opportunity ahead for Nebraska. Think about what Iowa Sports Radio is talking about today. The incredible opportunity that they think that they have against Nebraska. You know what they're saying? We've already beaten Nebraska once this year. That and we've gotten this far in the NCAA tournament with Bennett Sturts playing really disappointing basketball and not finding a shot. Like, that's something I am terrified of tonight, is Bennett Sturts being able to hit acrobatic shots from all over the floor, because that's who Bennett Sturts is as a player. And Swim, you're exactly right. And that's something that should concern Nebraska very much. I think they knocked off number 1 seed Florida with Sturts. How many did he have that game? Was it? It was less than 20. But what I'm saying is the biggest part of that was 0 for 9 from beyond the 3-point line.
And they still got it done. So often you hear about stopping Sturts. Well, yeah, that's nice. But you also have Figueres. You got Cooper Koch, you have him as well. Yeah. You have Banks. You have other guys who are going to step up. So it can't be all focused. And nor is Nebraska going to do this. Just focus on stopping Sturts. However, though, it does help your chances dramatically when you keep him under control, though.
Yeah.
That's the reality. It does help dramatically when you do that. So like I said, and Nick, I can't agree with you more. McCollum and Hoiberg playing chess in this game. It'd be interesting to see if Coach Nate brings out a wrinkle as far as defensive-wise, like he did against Vandy, going towards the last 2.5 minutes of the game. So there's going to be a lot of chess matches. There's going to be a lot of different matchups we may not have seen during the first 2 matchups of the game. But however, and someone put this on the text line too, you definitely have to leave. Unknown texture 5253 says you have to play it like it's your last, leave it on the court. I could not agree with you more, 5253, because there is no next game if you lose this game. You have to, it's win now, it's win tonight. And like I said, we'll dive more into the X's and O's of tonight's game. But you look at the key Iowa player, we talked about that already, is obviously Bennett Sturts. He's there. He's the heartbeat of that team, in my opinion. Obviously, you minus some of the scoring of a Sam Hoiberg, who's a guy who's just a heartbeat. And you heard John say the same thing, who coached there for 2 years and seen that firsthand, him around the program. Obviously, he wasn't in college at the university at that point.
but you see a guy that so goes, Sam, as far as the heartbeat, so goes that, not necessarily in points and things of that nature, but just how he carries himself on the court, and a rising tide lifts all boats. Sturts, what shows you how dangerous Iowa is, he's proven during this tournament, even against us here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to score double figures for Iowa to win. All right. So but the problem is with that being is, I just look at this game, Swim, as guys just stepping up and playing their element. I think that's going to happen. We'll talk about our bold predictions coming up at 10 o'clock. We got a quick history segment, and we'll dive more into the numbers, key matchups, et cetera on that. But there's a lot to discuss, and I'll say this. Fortunately, Swim, not a lot more time to discuss it because tip-off is coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, and there's a lot of questions and thoughts about who should guard Bennett Sturts. I think we can get into that in the 10 o'clock hour. When we come back, we're going to give away gift cards to our friends at Liquid Assets for a trivia question. If you want a place to watch the game tonight, Liquid Assets is your spot. I'm going to be there. I'm going to have a lot of friends there. We're going to all party it up. It's going to be a great time tonight at Liquid Assets, 27th and Yankee Hill. But let's go ahead and when we come back, we can talk more about matchup specific, who guards who in the 10 o'clock hour.
Absolutely. We'll be back, folks. It's The Drive.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for their 14th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an exclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, they're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal, because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arbораxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppo Chevrolet GMC, and we are very excited to announce our spring sales event happening now at Coppo. We have 0% financing or up to $13,000 off select GMC and Chevrolet inventory. You heard that right, 0% or $13,000 off select inventory. We'd love to see you at the store or check us out online at coppocars.com. Folks, this is really confident buying and confident driving. Stock number C127238 and G1739777 with approved credit.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies. It'll be windy, the high around 78. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy, continued wind, below around 34. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and cooler with a high near 55. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. It's 9:56 here down at 1040 O Street. Come on down. There were people outside on the patio meeting, people inside meeting. It is March 26th. Not only is the weather gorgeous, but we're in the doggone Sweet 16 with
a chance to go to the Elite Eight.
I mean, AD, that's the thing, right?
Twilight Zone, brother.
We're not used to having this type of feeling on March 26th of a basketball season.
Usually we're talking only thing about the spring game, which takes place this Saturday. We're talking about how our brackets are doing, whose brackets, usually with Nebraska. Well, not usually. It's never been Nebraska in the bracket.
Yeah, right.
So all these different things that are going on, man, it's a great time to be a Husker fan, or just to be a sports fan, but particular Husker fan. I'll just say that.
Well, you want to know what's happening today?
Yes, talk to me.
The Cubs play baseball.
Oh, crap.
The Cubs play baseball.
Yeah. Okay,
the Pirates
Nick,
play baseball.
I got to say this. I know you know this story. This literally was so cool. Last night, he's from Iowa, the Texas pitcher. They were playing Kansas City, obviously in a preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
The pitching coach went out to the mound. If anybody,
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
And I forget the last man. Slauson. What's his name? But you know the story.
Yes, I know the story. He basically, the pitching coach went out there, and this is a stressful week because for guys that are on the fringe of whether or not they're making the opening day roster or not, he went out there and basically told him while he was on the mound that he's going to make the opening day roster. So
I honestly kind of got goosebumps when he did it.
Yeah.
And they were interviewing him. He got emotional. They were showing all the hard work he's put in, but I thought that was cool, man. So I do that's pretty awesome.
Do you want to hear the song?
Mm-hmm. It's opening day. You got to.
Okay. Cubs are gone. Come on, Andy. Go ahead. Stretch the shoulders a little bit. There it is.
I don't know what's happening.
What is this? Go, Cubs, go. Let me hear you. Go, Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gone. Yes, they are. So I just wanted
very catchy.
It is great. I did see. Hold on. I believe we have
Thomas throat chop, Nick. AD.
There it is. There it is. AD was dancing with it. Nice try.
Throat chop. So we got to get a T-shirt that just says throat chop. Inciting violence.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for that.
And before Nick goes into some trivia for some tickets, Cam and Valparaiso appreciate you. Love listening to you all. God bless you, GBR. God bless you as well, Cam. And appreciate you for tuning in and for all of you for tuning in each morning on the drive. We have a blast doing it. Swim, how are we going to get some tickets away, man?
Okay, so I'm working through the trivia question right now. I was going to ask one. I was going to ask one, but it's too easy, and so we might have to delay it to the start of the 10 o'clock hour. For 2 gift cards, we're going to give away 2 sets of $50 to Liquid Assets.
Big thanks to Mike and those guys.
Oh,
over there,
Mike and that team is
appreciate
unbelievable.
You, man.
Here's the thing,
Mike, I'm going to get down there. And I'm gonna have a stogie on the patio.
AD, so they just put in. So yesterday, obviously, it was nice. It was great weather outside yesterday. Stopped by, met with their team for a couple of minutes to talk about some things. They put in the ventilation. So there's a garage door there at Liquid Assets. And once again, this is over on 27th and Yankee Hill, just behind the Honda of Lincoln, our other friends here at the station. And they have all the things you need. They got over 40 TVs. They have plenty of beers on tap. They have every single sports package. So how about this? Every single sports package, NHL, Major League Baseball TV, all the ESPN Pluses, SEC Network, literally any game that you want to watch of any sport. You ask them, they control it. Mike, Todd, and Drew, the team there, they control it through this iPad. It's unbelievable. You say, hey, can you go ahead and put last night? I was watching, or what was I yesterday? A couple of days ago, I was trying to turn on the Cal Baptist Utah Valley basketball game at like 11:30 p.m. a couple of Fridays ago.
I got it.
And they had it on.
You know what it is that Swim? It's the man cave away from the cave.
Yes, 100%. And so what I was going to say,
away from the cave.
For folks that travel,
no disrespect to the ladies.
No, for that have been to big cities, everybody loves an indoor-outdoor feature, right? Everybody loves an indoor-outdoor feature. Yesterday, I was in there, and they were putting in the air condition, the ventilation, to where it keeps all the bugs out. It keeps if you want to smoke a cigar on the patio, you can do that, but it doesn't bring the smoke or the smell of the cigar into it. Mike's biggest thing, it's a very clean environment. Mike's biggest thing, he said, if we put this in, guys, there's going to be no bugs. We have to make sure that no bugs can get in or can fly in through it. There's screens, there's preventative things that you can put through. It is a clean establishment, I'm telling you right now. So at the 10 o'clock hour, we'll go ahead and give away 2 gift cards, $50 each to Liquid Assets. It's a great spot to watch the Huskers tonight. That's where we'll be cheering them on.
Thomas and Lincoln, the answer is the stupid Cubs. Big Cos, curse your next swim. You got cut because you got me singing that song now.
Yeah.
Eric, man, it's been a great Thursday. Hope your has been as well, my dear brother.
Wait, what's this? They got the speed. Who played this? It's not turning off. This is the year and
Here
the
it
Cubs
goes.
are here.
Here it goes, ladies.
Where should we go?
So come on down to Big TV.
They're singing, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. All right.
Folks, a quick little thing about tonight. We know the history, Iowa leads 28-16, but Swim, I'm just going to say this before we hop in the matchups before tonight. There's 3 keys that I think, and we'll talk about when we come back, but also got 3 predictions. Obviously, people, I can only imagine how things are going right downtown in Houston. We're about 8 hours away from tip-off. Like we said, the hay is in the barn. The guys are down there. Things are ready to take place. But Swim, I'm going to say this too, though, man. 3-point shooting. We're going to talk about that when we come back. Defense, we'll talk about that come back. And also, what I think is going to be crucial tonight, you're going to think, what are you talking about? No, I know you won't. You will agree with this. You must hit free throws. Those things come in handy later on. And those are the small things you have to do to win games like this, Swim. Those small things. We talked to you yesterday about the importance of how Iowa likes to snuff out possessions and how Nebraska must value every single possession and hit from the stripe line. Iowa will make you pay if you don't.
Unnamed texter says, blah, blah, blah. I'm a South Side fan, Chicago White Sox. I didn't. Honestly, I'm glad you texted. I'm glad you texted in to make sure that you're still alive. Proof of life. Like I didn't know that the White Sox still had fans. I'm gonna be honest. So it's good. It's good. Only one of the teams has made the playoffs the last couple of years. So I'm glad that there's proof of life from the Chicago White Sox fans. I heard you guys are considering lowering capacity in the stands just to make sure.
Keep going in on it.
Just to make sure that to give it the appearance. I heard cardboard cutouts are making a comeback in the South Side.
Oh, you wrong, Swim.
Anyway, I'm just kidding. I appreciate
You're wrong.
Hey, AD, I do have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What are the chances if we go down to the Kansas City Royals game?
Me and you?
Me and you. And listen, not to the actual game, but here's the thing. What would I have to do to get you to participate? Have you heard of the 999 challenge?
In golf?
No, in baseball, for a baseball fan. So 9 innings, obviously. In those 9 innings, you consume 9 hot dogs and 9 beers.
Yeah, that's
in 9 innings.
That sounds like
One an
a
inning.
big bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Can you do it?
No.
Would you try it?
I have 9 cigars.
That's bad. That might be worse for your health. I'm just kidding. We'll see.
Dude, I couldn't.
Let us know on the text line. Should AD participate in the 999 challenge? 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings. I'll do it with you.
I don't know if I could actually do that many, man.
I don't think I could either.
I mean, hot dogs alone.
The Major League Baseball stadiums are selling the actual item. They're selling 9. It's in a box. 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, and you have to watch for 9 innings.
That's a lot of hot dogs brews, man.
Well, here's the thing. It's not the actual dog that I would imagine causes the problem. It's all that bread.
Yeah,
the bread is what gets you. Once you get to like hot dog 6.
I could just do the dogs.
Oh, the dogs would be easy.
Strip the bun off.
The dogs and the beer would be easy.
Strip the bun off.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, man. That ain't fair.
Yeah, Cigar Guy says the 999 doesn't sound like fun at all. I'd be so miserable by the end.
Yeah, no doubt.
100%. But I think we should try it.
Go
on a
Big
random
Red.
Tuesday night.
We'll be back, folks, to go between the numbers. It's the Tribe 999.
Hey fellas, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So here's your friendly reminder that ignoring your gut isn't a strategy on the field or in real life. Once you hit 45, screening isn't optional anymore. It can literally save your life. Advanced medical imaging makes it easy with fast, comfortable CT colonography. No hospital hoops, no all-day ordeal. Just a simple scan that helps you stay ahead of the game. Talk to your doctor about getting your screening ordered at AMI and keep yourself in the lineup for the long run.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arbораxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. On March 28th, get ready for a doubleheader day of volleyball. First, Baxter Arena turns green as Love Nebraska faces Love Salt Lake at 4:30 p.m. for a green out. Be sure to wear your best green outfit, bring the energy, and watch as every point builds off the crowd. Then be sure to stick around as the Creighton Blue Jays take on the Omaha Mavericks for a spring volleyball match. That means you get to experience your favorite pros and favorite college athletes all in one day. 2 matches, 1 ticket. Grab your tickets today at lovneb.com/tickets.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal, because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
And electrical.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com. Husker fans, baseball is back in Lincoln, and it's time to get your tickets to Nebraska baseball. Catch great matchups all season long as the Huskers take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten, including Indiana, USC, and Iowa. Plus, don't miss midweek action against in-state rival Creighton and regional matchups with Kansas and Kansas State. Bring the whole family. General admission tickets start at just $10 or grab reserved seats for $15. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action this season. Get your tickets today by visiting huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert. Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good. It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. Less than, almost right at 8 hours. Man, oh, 15 minutes. So tip off the Toyota Center down in Houston. Husker fans that are still making their way, safe travels to you. Text us in. Where are you watching the game at tonight, folks? Let us know what your plans are for tonight. My buddy Acom goes, 999. That seems awfully rich.
I know. Hey, it'd be thick. Like all those carbs.
He goes, get a load of that guy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Get a load of that guy.
All right, here is your trivia question. We will take the first two texts to get this answer correct. A lot of talk about Nate Lenzer to win $50 a piece to our friends at Liquid Assets 27th and Yankee Hill. Here it is, AD. Nate Lenzer, prior to Nebraska, worked with Fred Hoiberg multiple places. He has actually been the head coach of a D-League team in an NBA organization before. What was that D-League team?
That's a good question.
I need the full name. So, Nebraska Huskers. I need the location and mascot of what D-League team has Nate Lenzer been the head coach of? He was the head coach from 2016 to 2017. There's your answer. The first two that texted the correct answer, they each win $50 to the to Liquid Assets. And we have them. We have our two winners. It took a couple of tries. Rubber Duck from LinkedIn, Jared and Lincoln got it. And 3213, if you could send in your first and last name, that'd be greatly appreciated. It is the Windy City Bulls. He was in the Chicago Bulls organization with Fred Hoiberg. He was the head coach of the Windy City Bulls for from 2016 to 2017. So congrats to 3213 on the text line, as well as Jared and Lincoln, as they are your winners. Go ahead and stop by our station anytime from now until the next 30 days. Pick up your gift cards. But like I said, I would highly recommend using them as soon as possible. Go watch a Husker game there.
It is going to be absolute chaos tonight. Nick, I didn't know that answer at all, man.
Windy City Bulls.
I didn't even know he even coached a semi-pro league.
He was with Fred at Iowa State, and then he went with Fred into the Chicago Bulls organization, and obviously with the Huskers now.
Folks, the matchup is set for tonight, 6:30 tip-off, around abouts in that area, depending on, like I've said, commercials and all that stuff. You know how it goes, March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
I know we'll all be glued to our television sets, our radios, etc. This has nothing to do with basketball, Nick.
Okay.
But I am going to say this, though, man. I want to give a shout-out to all of those farmers out in western Nebraska that grabbed, and in Kearney in certain areas, that grabbed hay and got on their own trucks, their own semis, and hauled it out to those farmers and ranchers in need. Just mind-blowing to see the police escorts and all those things. Talk about teamwork. There's simply no place like Nebraska. Just wanted to give 100%. A shout-out to all those families that are impacted by those fires out there, man. And I think a few of those bales feed them for about a month, give or take, depending on how many head of cattle they got. But shout-out to those guys out there. That's true teamwork. Keys to tonight's victory swim. Here's my first one. I want you to give me yours too. And I know this is going to seem like a no-brainer, but my first key for Nebraska, composure. It's going to be emotional. Swim, as you know, the storylines we've talked about prior. Obviously, this is the trilogy. We've already talked about the Price, Sanford, and all the rest of those things being from Waukee, Iowa. We've talked about the game in Iowa. That was reffed a little differently. Of course, the phone in Fred's face, Iowa storming the court. And by them storming the court showed you that they did not expect to beat Nebraska. It was a monumental moment for them, but they did. And like I said, I'm not going to take away credit just because of who the school is, where the state is. Iowa won, and it's 1-1. And this game could go, it's a toss-up to anyone. Of course, I'm choosing my Skurs for obvious reasons, but this game is going to be a battle. But composure for Nebraska is going to be huge. Same conference, obviously. There's bad blood. Elite Eight is on the line. Nebraska, of course, obviously we're playing with house money now. But I want to take that with a bit of caution, though. We're just playing with house money. Well, you're still playing.
Yeah.
So once the money gets in your hand, it's still yours, so don't waste it. And I don't think Nebraska's going to waste this opportunity. So I take that statement. I see what people are saying, but I take that statement somewhat lightly, Swim, because, but you want to keep playing, so don't take this game lightly, and I don't think Nebraska's going to.
I don't know if Nebraska inside those locker rooms agree with that take.
No, I don't. I don't like that.
I think that they are thinking that they expected to be in this role and that their expectations for themselves are higher than even Sweet 16. I think now you can get lost in maybe coach speak, or you can get lost in, what's a player supposed to say? Oh man, we expected to be bounced in the round of 32. Like, of course not. They expect to be there, right? But I think that this team truly does feel this way about their season so far this year. I think Nebraska does feel like they are one of the best 8 teams in the country, and so they expect to win tonight. I think they also understand and respect the challenge that is ahead of them in this evening's matchup against Iowa. AD, you talk about composure, you talk about it. I think you and I are in agreement with this. We're not concerned about the moment being too big.
No.
Like for this team. I feel look at the way that these guys kind of just all act, and whether it's on the floor against an unranked, Florida International to begin the year, or whether it's, here we are in the Sweet 16, you expect them to kind of have the same demeanor. And I want to put this out there just once again for Nebraska fans in terms of tonight's game, because I've seen a lot about the Iowa game against Florida or Nebraska versus Vanderbilt, and the way that people are analyzing Iowa's win over Florida is they're contextualizing it as Florida laid an egg and Florida allowed Iowa to win. Let's make this 100% clear. Iowa beat Florida. Like they played better than Florida. They executed better. Ben McCollum had a better game plan than Todd Golden did. They executed it better, and Iowa beat them. It's the same way that in the last game on March 8th for Nebraska and Iowa, where Nebraska won in overtime 85-78. Sure, Bennett Sturts struggled, but Bennett Sturts struggled not because Bennett Sturts is a bad player. He struggled because Nebraska threw a lot of really confusing looks at him, and Jamarcus Lawrence did an exceptional job defensively on him. There's an avenue tonight to where similar, and we joke a lot about baseball, and obviously I use a lot of baseball references, but there's a lot of times in baseball, AD, where a team will win 2-1, 1-0, 3-2, whatever it might be. It might be a one-run game, and you look back and go, yeah, maybe we could have been a little bit better and, marginally better in some areas. But for the most part, let's just tip our cap to the other side and say, hey, you got us today. There's an avenue tonight to where whether Nebraska's on the winning or losing side of it, you just tip your cap and say, you know what, that was a pretty well-played basketball game, and they just got us on this day. If Nebraska wins, it's not because Iowa didn't show up. It's not because Bennett Sturts sucks. It's not because Nebraska was so much better than them. This is pretty evenly matched. It's going to be a dogfight, and you just have to don't always take the low-hanging fruit as the reason why a result happens.
So I couldn't agree with you more. Iowa they repeatedly punched Florida in the face, and they kept Florida off balance, and they got Florida playing out of system, out of sets, and it showed. As far as that goes, it showed on the very last possession that Florida had when they were just discombobulated. He had 2 more seconds. Lee had 2 more seconds in that game than the point guard from St. John's.
Exactly.
Very similar situation. Go to the hole. Well, Iowa had been just confusing them and punishing them the entire game. Yeah. And that last play was a snapshot of how Florida played the entire game. The entire 39 and a half seconds, 39 minutes. Just mental lapses over and over again.
Yes.
And mental lapses usually come, Swim, because of a lack of composure and poise.
And preparation.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Iowa did. And so when people say, well, they just happened to catch Florida on a bad day. Well, there's some reason why you have a bad day, because the other team kind of inflicts their will on you to do so.
Like, and I look at tonight, and for Nebraska, because you can go both ways. You can sit there and say, okay, yeah, you know what, Iowa could just play a good game, but you could also have a point to where Nebraska could play an exceptional matchup, and both things can be true. Here's what I will say, and I've been talking back and forth with a couple of people that are down in Houston right now, and much closer to this thing than I will be tonight. I texted them a question, and I said, is this the most intriguing matchup for me tonight? And I mentioned it a couple of minutes ago, was Fred Hoiberg versus Ben McCollum. Ben McCollum this last week, because of the marquee win in his first year at Iowa, he's getting a lot of flowers. He is getting all of this recognition. So if I'm Fred Hoiberg, Fred's never going to come public and say this. But if I'm Fred, I'm not pissed that Ben McCollum's getting recognition. He deserves it, as much as that pains me to say specifically. But if I'm Fred Hoiberg, this is where you go in there and you go, I'm going to flex my muscles a little bit. Like, there's got to be some sort of an edge, and I feel like Braden Frager can bring this to Nebraska today. There's some sort of edge, and even a guy like Jamarcus, who's just so quietly confident, where it's these guys expect to be on the same floor as us tonight. Like Fred can, like, in the mid-game adjustments, the in-game feel with Nate Lenzer, and we talk so much about Lenzer, but we also have to remember guys like not Adam Howard, goodness. We have to bring in guys like Ernie Ziegler and Pat Monahan, and like talk about everybody on that staff, from the scouting department to the head coach. Tonight's a night where you can flex. You should be able to flex your muscles a little bit and say, yeah, we get it. You got all your flowers and respect, but you're not getting a second marquee win to get to the Elite Eight. We're gonna stop you where you need to be stopped.
So that matchup is going to be interesting tonight, man. It's going to be fun to watch. Second thing I think is going to be crucial is the three-point battle. Nebraska winning that three-point battle. We know we're dangerous from threes when they're falling. We hit 10 threes in the overtime win against Iowa. Of course, I can still see Caleb in the right-hand side of the court on Nebraska's bench from that corner pocket when he hit that three, and he left his hand up there for quite a long, the lefty.
Yeah.
But when we struggle from deep, Iowa's defense becomes much tougher. So it's going to be important to get in a rhythm. I'm not saying you live by the 3, die by the 3, but it's going to be important to hit a high percentage of those as well. Because Swim, as you know, March, you're not afforded the opportunity to say, we'll get them next. No, it's a wrap. So it's a make or miss tournament. And I think Nebraska as well stretching the floor. That is one thing. You think about earlier against Vandy, they stretched that floor a lot wider than what it was, and they caused a lot of issues. And then Vandy shrunk it for them a little bit. In Nebraska, it was almost like literally like your door is like if you have an older home or just a home in general, heat is going to expand it.
Yeah.
You know, the cold time. That game was very similar to that. You know, in Nebraska, I think it's going to be important. They literally exert their will for this game to expand and keep it wide open as far as pace.
There's a player. I heard all the X Factor stuff conversation on the morning show this morning. Let me tell you one player that nobody's mentioned yet, and I'm shocked. It's Rink Mast. That is the guy tonight. Nebraska. You brought up the Vanderbilt game. What did Rink do in the first half?
He had 3 threes.
Bingo. You don't. I'm not saying a specific.
And you and I have talked about this earlier this week.
I'm not saying a specific. I'm not going to put out a specific number and say, man, Rink needs to do this or Rink need. You need to at least Rink's got to, and not preferably not Berke, but Rink is the factor here for me to where you know Price will be on. You know Sam Hoiberg's going to handle the ball. Jamarcus Lawrence will dictate pace really well. Rink Mast tonight, and this is a big part for me, is the biggest difference, I would say, in Nebraska potentially winning or losing this game. Not even if he's hitting as high of a clip as he was last week against Vanderbilt. For me with Rink, it is, does he at least pose the threat?
Yeah.
Because you want to know why guys like Berke, or even at times we saw it on March 8th, Cale Jacobson, and Cale proved him wrong. Iowa sits there and says, we'll allow a guy like Berke Buyuktangel to attempt a 3-point shot. We look at that as a turnover. We look at that as a free rebound.
Mm-hmm.
If we force Berke to say, hey, last second in the shot clock and we play good 33 seconds of defense or whatever it is, and Berke's got to force up a contested 3 or even an open 3, I think there's a lot of people on that Iowa squad that's going to say, hey, we'll let you have that. And that's why Berke's made such a big development this year, is because he started to realize that. He understands where his value is inside the perimeter on the offensive side of the floor. And so I think, it's Rink is the major piece in tonight's matchup, just because he has to not even and this is a low expectation. You don't have to hit 6 threes. You don't have to hit 3 threes. I'm not putting a number on it. You just have to pose the threat to draw the defense out. And then guys like Price and Sam and Jamarcus can hurt the guys on the dribble drive.
Swim, is what you just said. It just goes right into the point. That's why our thinking is similar in many ways. The more threat, the bigger the threat that Rink brings, it expands that court even more. It opens up lanes. It brings the bigs out of the lanes.
It puts them in an uncomfortable situation. The defensive big AD they don't want to guard the perimeter.
They don't want to be out in those deep waters like that. They want to stay close to shore, to the basket. The more that Rink can stretch it, at least provide that threat, it opens up driving lanes. It expands that court. And that's going to be crucial for Nebraska tonight, because the more the court is the smaller the court is, that works in Iowa's favor.
Yeah, Nebraska. We've seen Nebraska's struggles on the half court offense and trying to get any sort of thing going inside physically, right? Like in Rinks was able to hit some really nice turnaround hook shots, like things like that. He was able to convert. It's just, where is Nebraska at their best when you go into the night? Sure, the officiating is going to dictate it right off the bat, but then Nebraska is going to have to adjust to how the game's being called, and that's where Nebraska didn't do a great job matching the physicality back on February 17th in Iowa City. I saw it firsthand. Then they did a really good job of kind of countering it on March 8th, and maybe we need to see, where we saw it with Troy and even with Vanderbilt a little bit, where if they're not getting Price open on all the movement away from the ball AD, maybe you need to ask Price to say, hey, try to go create a shot a little bit. And we saw him do that, where he was able to kind of create a shot off the dribble from the perimeter from either the right or the left wing. And whenever Price shoots the ball, you feel confident that it's got a good shot going.
You know what, Swim, here's one thing before we go to break, I feel comfortable about Nebraska as far as them people, the physicality part. They're not going to see big number 99 McLaughlin.
No.
They're not going to see a player that caliber. They're not going to see a Kirike, a guy that's another big guy that's physical, number 10, who hit that big three in the left-hand pocket against us. They're not going to see two big guys like that. They're going to see fluidity, obviously Figueres being a lanky guy that can hurt your further. But as far as the physicality part, Nebraska's not going to be shocked into this, playing with a physical team like Vandy. And also, Swim, I'll tell you this, you're going to have Sturts, of course. Yeah. But I thank God we ain't going to see a guy like Tyler Tanner out there that was disruptive to everything on both ends of the court. So, but again, that comes with the different matchups you're playing. Each team brings their strengths or weaknesses, etc. But the physicality is not going to shock Nebraska at all. And as far as that goes, Swim, because of the bad blood, that's not going to be an issue whatsoever tonight. I think it goes on to what you talked about, the importance of Rink. I think he being the exhibit A of keeping this court expanded by opening up those driving lanes, by at least making a threat that I can hit this three out here.
There we go.
Folks, we'll be right back. We got our guest, Kendall Warren, a big Husker supporter, going to give his predictions as well, what he's doing for the program, and give our final thoughts, second to final thoughts, before we go to the attitude adjustment. We'll be back, folks. It's The Drive.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies. It'll be windy with a high around 78. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise mainly cloudy with continued wind, below around 34. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and cooler with a high near 55. I'm meteorologist Kyle Pluckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Grant Wister. I played at Nebraska, and after football, I wanted to build something in Nebraska that I was genuinely proud of. Champ Roofing is that. We built the whole company around one idea: do the job right and treat people well. Roof replacements, inspections, gutters, siding, whatever you need, our team is going to show up, communicate with you, and handle it with real care. Nebraska homeowners deserve that. Visit us at champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with type. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank or neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations. You're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arbораxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we are very excited to announce our spring sales event happening now at Coppell. We have 0% financing or up to $13,000 off select GMC and Chevrolet inventory. You heard that right, 0% or $13,000 off select inventory. We'd love to see you at the store or check us out online at coppellcars.com. Folks, this is really confident buying and confident driving. Stock number C127238 and G173977 with approved credit.
Husker fans, baseball is back in Lincoln, and it's time to get your tickets to Nebraska baseball. Catch great matchups all season long as the Huskers take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten, including Indiana, USC, and Iowa. Plus, don't miss midweek action against in-state rival Creighton and regional matchups with Kansas and Kansas State. Bring the whole family. General admission tickets start at just $10 or grab reserved seats for $15. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action this season. Get your tickets today by visiting huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I have yet to turn on our 2 microphones over there, so we're good. They're fumbling around over there.
Good.
I was
There
wondering
we
why
go.
my cord was like this.
That's
I was
good.
like, I can't go nowhere, dog.
We're just so
There we
excited
go.
to see each other. It's like, man, trying to dap it up, and we're back
Exactly.
online. So here we go.
Exactly. No, you're good. I'm not going to put you on blast. We're all good. So, all right, AD, I'll let you take over. You're good now that you got your headphones.
I don't know if we're dialed in yet, but here we go.
Do you guys need help with the technology over there, or
Come on, youngin'. We're okay. We're just excited to see each other, man.
We got our good brother, our good friend Kendall Warnick in the house, owner, operator of A1 Auto.
Yeah.
Newest location in town is on State Hill Drive, over off Yankee Hill. You got to check that one out, of course.
Sure.
The mainstay one right downtown Lincoln here. What's the address? I know what
1117 L Street. Just a football throw away from the Cornhusker Hotel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And throw it to the right guy. That
Throw it to the
helps.
right guy.
yeah, Kendall, you can
Why not?
take those headphones off that microphone there. There you go.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
you
There
know, I
go.
haven't
So
been
much
down
room.
here for a while, so thank you for
There's an open invite.
thank you for jamming me up here online. So thank you. Here we go.
To be
Here we
fair,
go.
Kendall, is AD took your microphone and
Okay.
the one that we
We're
were supposed
scrambling
to.
here.
So yeah, we're okay now.
We're scrambling, audience. We're gonna be okay though.
I'm actually
We're all
texting Monty Christensen the number in right now.
That's fine. That's fine.
He called me when I was at the gym this morning. I was like, oh man.
That's fine. I'll talk to our good friend
Okay.
Kendall. All right,
All right.
Kendall. So once again, A1 Automotive, you guys are doing so many good things for the community, and you guys focus so much on community outreach and stuff. Just kind of update us.
Yeah.
What's going on in your guys'
You know,
lives?
and again, that's not something that we want to. We want to make sure that we're being impactful in the community. But the reason why I asked to jump on today, gentlemen, you always appreciate the open invite. Is we're going to be opening another location in Seward, Nebraska, April 1st. So that wasn't anything that was really on my radar until about 6 months ago when previous owner Roger and his wife Brenda stopped at the South location and said, hey, we're looking for somebody to take over our business in Seward, and we've been doing a little bit of recon on you in terms of how you treat people and how impactful you can be in the community. And I say that with a ton of humility. But so that led to us purchasing, Des and I purchasing the business and the buildings in Seward on February 2nd. And then we've been in full go mode in terms of complete renovation. Just grateful for the opportunity, and don't take anything for granted. But Seward is a community that I think we can impact the same way that we're impacting Lincoln, and we're looking forward to doing that.
Folks, if you look at I want to make sure I pull it up right up here on Instagram, A1 Automotive, because you give a great description of just how you guys the different updates that you've given to that place.
Yeah.
I look at it every day.
Yeah.
And dude, the way you've transformed that place is amazing.
AD, it's been it's been a little bit of a heavy lift there because the standards that we have, cleanliness, opportunity to get things dialed in. We only get one chance at getting this thing right from the jump for April 1st for the community of Seward, and to be able to serve at a high level up there. So it's been a dogfight, respectfully, for the last 45 days, and it's been everything from AC to paint to epoxy to updated equipment and everything in between. But we're going to be ready to go, and we're looking forward to that grand opening next Wednesday, 10 to 2 in the city of Seward.
We got a texter in 6883 says, worked with Kendall at the UNL campus recreation center college, was a great coworker then and still is today.
Who is that? Man?
Don't know.
Okay.
6883.
Well, we ran a lot of routes in the rec center with a lot of good people. And I remember the weight room supervisor's name was Shinya. And still, I think he still works at the
he's
East
big
campus.
boy.
He's a large
Yes,
man.
I see him at the gym because he
And he used to tell me, I said, how you get that big? He said, chicken and rice. I remember that. So Shinya, if you're listening, man, I'm still eating chicken and rice, man. That's been 20 years ago, brother.
Folks, Kendall, the way that he treats people, there's a billion stores we can go to. And when he says the recognizance they were doing, watching how he treats people, I've seen it in my own life, at my lowest points, at my high points. The way that he takes care of people, it is unmatched. The way he invests back in the community. So, Seward's a very tight-knit community.
Yeah.
Okay, just because the opportunity presented itself, what made you and Mama say yes?
Well, it was just a lot of prayer in that space, Aaron. And I thought that if there's a smaller community that we would want to impact, I knew some people that moved to Seward, Derek Barsman and Zane, a couple guys that I thought, if they tell me, I did a little bit of research too, and said, hey, is this something that I can be impactful in the community. And all the answers said yes. And again, I prayed about it for a couple months because I didn't know, to be quite honest with you, mentally, I was just getting back to the point where I was from South opening.
You just got that one open.
And then I thought, man, I don't know if I can do this right now again. And I say that with a ton of humility. So we decided, Des and I decided to go, and we're looking forward to it. Are we scared? Of course. I mean, I don't know what to expect. What they can expect is, a trustworthy shop, honest answers, and we're gonna be as impactful in that community. And I say this again because we ran the right routes here in Lincoln. And are we perfect? No, but we're trying to impact the community on a weekly basis, and that is success for me, gentlemen. Like what can I do for someone else? And we start our days off early, and that's one of the routes that I run in terms of the priming. Like, how can I be impactful today for somebody? We're going to do the same thing in Seward.
Speaking of impact, talk about the support system. You've mentioned Des often. I mean, talk about just her role in all this. For
well, I don't know. She's not listening. She doesn't listen, but hopefully somebody who's listening
will
text Des and tell her I'm talking about her right now. But she bet on me when I had nothing, man. I was on food stamps, and she saw something in me that I probably didn't see that level myself. So Des has been a blessing to me. She's my best friend. We have 3 wonderful kids, and we try to run the right routes, but also we understand that being there for each other and supporting each other, and more so in the tough times. It's easy to support your spouse or your friends when things are going well, but when it's the fans, like, who's there for you? And everybody's spouses, you hope and pray that that's the level of support that they have for them too.
Kendall, just a myriad of congratulatory texts here. Congrats on Seward opportunity. You'll be great, from Ankeny, Iowa. Another one, Chris from Lincoln it was Chris from Lincoln that worked with you at UNL.
Okay.
Matt says Kendall is one of the best and couldn't be happy for him, and he's growing in his growing business. Kevin from Lincoln, you're a good man, Kendall. Kendall, the reason why I want to read these, because you got to give people their flowers when they're still with us. And like I said, you don't do it for that. You do it because you care about people, you love people, and you want to serve as many people as you can while we're here. And Kendall, I'll never forget this. We were sitting we're doing our show from there, and at your State Hill location, new one. And you gave the story again about your father, and why you get up at 3:41. I 2 years ago, I was just coming out of some dark times, man. Yes. And in my own life, and I'm like, I want to make some changes, some deep changes, getting out of this fog of depression, anxiety, and just grief. And I was like, I'm going to start my day earlier, but I was like, it can't just be because, my dad would get up between 3:30 and 4. And so I'm like, Kendall gets up at 3:41. I was like, it's got to be a strong reason. It can't just, because motivation, Kendall, I'm sure, dude, there's a lot of mornings, me and you, when that clock goes off, it's like,
but discipline. And then your dad, and my dad passed away at 3:41 a.m. That's why I do it. That's why you do it. And everybody has
their own. Everybody's 3:30 or 3:41 is different.
Yep.
But that discipline that you do, but Kendall, you've brought that into your business and how you do it too. Why do you invest so much time, resources in just with the athletic department?
Well, I tell you, it's just been organic over the years in terms of them finding us to be able to help them service their vehicles. And then it's been from Coach Bolt. Will's been down at the South location. I think the world of Joshua Overbeek and Jeske on the baseball team. Those are the 2 guys I've spent the most time with. And then I'm having lunch with Christopher Mento today, the wrestler. He lost in the national championship match, but it's just been very organic. I was down and I was able to catch the football practice day before yesterday. Coach Rule is a friend of mine. And so it's been organic. It hasn't been anything that I've sought out, but my door is always open. In college of business, where I've substitute taught in Union College in the business space down there, everybody that needs time with me, I'll create it. And it doesn't matter if they're associated with the university or if they're pumping gas or hauling trash. I'm going to find time to pour into as many people as I can. Like you said, AD, while we're here. Be as impactful as you can while we're here.
Absolutely.
We got this text. IQ Crew on the text line says, I haul garbage through the alley of you guys' new location in Seward 4 times a week. The changes that you guys are making to that location are mind-blowing. I wish you guys the absolute best and welcome to town.
That's so awesome.
I appreciate that, brother. Whoever that is, thank you so much.
IQ Crew.
Thank you, man.
That's good stuff. Kendall, we want you to stick around for the last segment. Can you do
got
that?
it. You got it, man.
We're going to give our predictions. Also, last thoughts from Kendall. And he's going to talk a little more about Seward, like I said, the opening.
Yeah.
And also, I want to hear very quickly before those extra parts that was it extra? It wasn't alternators that you had a bunch of. What was that?
There was about 25 alternators and starters on. I did inherit some Thunderbirds with the purchase of that building.
Yeah.
I'm still not a really big Ford guy. I don't know. I'm not throwing any Ford shade out there.
And you just lost a bunch of listeners. No.
Right. Come on back. I do love Fords. No, I love Chevys more than I do Fords. But there's a lot of parts there that I've got to sift through still beginning this afternoon.
And you said that one thing you thought about doing, though.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the carburetors.
Yes.
So there's a ton of carburetors that need to be rehabilitated and rebuilt. So I thought, okay, how do we get the community involved in these younger generation of kids that have mechanical abilities or want to learn? So we're going to have, Seward High School or whoever's in Seward,
so cool.
the younger community, we're going to hold a workshop and rebuild some carburetors together.
Dude, that is so cool, man. Heck, I need to come there because, as you know, Kendall, I don't know how to fix. I can clean the heck out of that car.
Yeah.
But as far as fixing it, you don't want me under the hood.
Aaron's going to be a professional carburetor rebuilder here in a couple weeks, man.
He's going to open up just a carburetor shop. They only specialize in one thing. Hey, Mr. Davis, can we get an oil change? No, but I can change your carburetor.
I'm gonna rebuild that Quadrajet today.
Yeah. Can't do an oil change. Sorry. Can I get more? I need more windshield wiper fluid.
Nope.
Sorry. Just carburetor.
Only.
Oh, man. Desiree's uncle watching from Ankeny. Great family. God bless. Talking about you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Folks, we'll be back with the 80 attitude adjustment as well as predictions. We're going to get Kendall's prediction, Nick's prediction, and mine as well, because we're T-minus about 7 hours and 15 minutes, give or take, from the tip-off at 6:30 at the Toyota Center in Houston, H-Town. We'll be back.
Big.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Husker fans, baseball is back in Lincoln, and it's time to get your tickets to Nebraska baseball. Catch great matchups all season long as the Huskers take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten, including Indiana, USC, and Iowa. Plus, don't miss midweek action against in-state rival Creighton and regional matchups with Kansas and Kansas State. Bring the whole family. General admission tickets start at just $10 or grab reserved seats for $15. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action this season. Get your tickets today by visiting huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all of the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we are very excited to announce our spring sales event happening now at Coppell. We have 0% financing or up to $13,000 off select GMC and Chevrolet inventory. You heard that right, 0%. Or $13,000 off select inventory. We'd love to see you at the store or check us out online at coppellcars.com. Folks, this is really confident buying and confident driving. Stock number C127238 and G173977 with approved credit.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I got a few more text messages here to Dan Dixon. Good morning. He goes, I remember K-Dub from when he was out on Westo.
Woo.
He goes, great.
Man.
Dude. Bob Burton, executive
Bob.
director and founder of I Got a Name. He goes, Kendall's a great man, big supporter. I forgot a name. And one here you're going to know. And I literally was in the bathroom laughing. Dan Whitney, he texted me, he goes, want to come down there? He goes, I'm going to come down there and steal a few catalytic converters.
Dan, you don't even does he know what those are? Come on, let Aaron teach you how to rebuild carburetors, and I'll teach you what converters are. Come on down, brother.
AD can teach us all about what they are. Go on and give us a synopsis.
Can you see me and Larry, the cable guy? I'm literally in the bathroom, and he goes,
"Oh my
he
God,
goes, I'm going to come down there and steal off his catalytic converters."
Come on down, brother. Come on down, man. We can teach you how to. I can teach you how to rebuild carburetors too. Dan, come on down, man.
A white guy with a shirtless, with a sleeveless shirt, and a black guy tiptoeing in your shop in Seward, Nebraska.
Right. Don't be doing that to me, Dan. We're trying to lift that place off the right way, brother. Don't be stealing my Cadillac converters in Seward.
And I'm seriously in the bathroom
That's
dying
funny.
laughing. His text comes
That's
out.
funny.
Only thing is, hey, Dad, you'd have to know where to steal the converter because I don't know where it's at.
Yeah,
in the
that's
car.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to take this looks like something valuable.
Might be a radiator. You think it's a converter? Come on, brother.
Yeah. What idiot stole the steering wheel?
Yeah. That's good
Just
stuff.
might as well
man.
take the seat.
That's good stuff.
Tell us about the festivities in April when April 1?
Yeah, so April.
That's next
yeah,
week.
that's next Wednesday, man. So we again April
hit me.
1st from 10 to 2. I've got a couple of Joel Sartori of National Geographic, is a dear friend of mine. He's going to be signing his photo arc
Good
book.
guy.
Great dude, and it's one of my mentors, one of my best friends in the community. Gus Felder is the director of player ops at the University of Nebraska football team. He's going to be signing his leadership books. I've got Mento and AJ and Trelly will be out there. A couple of baseball guys, and Tyler Canuck, who's a dear friend of mine, offensive lineman here for the Huskers. He'll be up there. So I'm just looking forward to just welcoming and greeting and meeting as many people as I can. And then more, just as importantly, and you guys know this, is how can we start to identify needs in Seward, just like respectfully like we do here. So.
Dan Whitney says,
"Come on, Dan."
He says we can Google it. How to steal it?
Dan, just send. I'm
They
gonna
got a
send
YouTube
you.
video for everything.
I'm gonna send you a picture. You send it to him so you don't have to Google. Okay? All right, Dan. Come on.
I'll make it easier for you to steal from me.
It just hit me. You said April 1st. I'm thinking, I'm like,
I know.
I just set a meeting yesterday. I'm like, that's next week.
It's next Wednesday. Yeah.
Folks, I want you to go to A1 Auto, the website though,
Yeah.
that have all your locations.
Yeah, it's a1autolincoln.com. Again, we're at 1117 L Street in downtown Lincoln. It started out on West O Street, like one of the guys. Dan texted in. That was $600 a month rent out there. I could barely afford that. But 1117 L Street, 5110 State Hill Drive. That is basically 52nd Yankee Hill. And then, our newest opportunity with a lot of prayer involved is 408 Main Street in Seward. So we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to getting into the community and then being impactful and success for me, gentlemen. I mean, you guys know me well enough, and a lot of people that are listening do. Like, how can we help others and expect nothing in return?
Right.
And that's the route that we all should run.
It's a thing of beauty.
Before we get to predictions, we got to pay the bills. Pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Dan, you gotta. Are we live?
We are.
Okay, Dan, you got to come down, man. I'm gonna teach you a little car maintenance 101 with Dan Whitney. How about that? Come on, brother.
I told him, I said, or we can chat GPT how to steal catalytic converters.
Oh man!
And I'm gonna type in.
I don't know if this should be live or not.
Let's get back on
we are
topic
circling
here.
the drain here.
What's your score for the night, bro?
I got 58-52 Huskers tonight.
Nick?
I think if Nebraska wants to win tonight, they got to put it in the 70s.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 78-66. Nebraska wins tonight against Iowa.
I'm going to say this before we go off. Nick, I'm going to say it really quick again. If you missed the beginning, 'twas the morning of the game day and all through the state. Every Husker was buzzing. They just couldn't wait. The jerseys were laid out beside coffee and bread. For tonight, all of Nebraska will be dressed in red.
Oh, man.
The fans
Praying.
woke up early with one thing in mind, the Hawkeyes and Huskers Sweet 16 on the line. With radios humming and TVs tuned out, they whispered, just wait, we tip off tonight. The cornfields sit quiet beneath the morning's first light, but the talk in the diners was all hoops and fight. 6:30 can't get here soon enough, someone said, while tapping the table and nodding their head. The players were rising with purpose and pride, knowing Iowa waits on the other side. One game, 40 minutes, the state crystal clear. A trip to the Elite Eight is drawing near. And somewhere in Lincoln, Kendall or Nick, voice seemed to say, like echoes of champions long past in their day, when the moment is big and the lights are bright, champions don't flinch, they rise to the fight. So enjoy this long morning, the build up, the hype, let tension grow thick and the nervous get ripe. Because when 6:30 arrives, the ball takes flight, all of Husker Nation will scream, go Big Red tonight.
Go Big Red.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and we are very excited to announce our spring sales event happening now at Copple. We have 0% financing or up to $13,000 off select GMC and Chevrolet inventory. You heard that right, 0%. Or $13,000 off select inventory. We'd love to see you at the store or check us out online at copplecars.com. Folks, this is really confident buying and confident driving. Stock number C127238 and G173977 with approved credit.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank or neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations. You're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and